The man made it a daily routine to bathe his paralyzed wife, but on this particular day, as soon as he had filled the tub, he suddenly slipped on the wet floor and struck his head hard against the basin, knocking himself unconscious. His wife, witnessing the scene, was overcome with panic, as the faucet continued to pour water relentlessly and she remained immobile due to her paralysis. Before long, she would be drowned if nothing changed. As the water level rose steadily, the woman desperately tried to shift her body, relying on her right foot, the only part with faint sensation, to reach the drain at the bottom of the tub. With the water creeping higher and threatening to submerge her nose and mouth, she summoned all her strength to focus on that foot. However, after several attempts, she not only failed to open the valve but also accidentally pulled loose the chain connected to the top, leaving her in utter despair as the faucet kept filling the tub. The rising water soon covered her nose and mouth, forcing her to act for survival. She redirected her efforts to her left arm, inching it toward the nearby showerhead in an attempt to adjust its position and control the faucet. Yet, her movements were agonizingly slow, and before she could reposition it fully, the water had already engulfed her head completely, putting her on the brink of drowning. In a final surge of desperation, she exerted a tremendous effort, managing to twist the faucet knob and slow the inflow, though the water level still posed a threat. Slowly, she lifted her right leg above the surface and slammed it down forcefully, finally allowing the water to drain. Laura managed to save herself just in time, watching the level drop visibly, first exposing her eyes, then her nose and mouth, as she gasped for air greedily, savoring the simple act of breathing that she had always taken for granted. To her astonishment, the ordeal had restored sensation to her arm, marking a miraculous recovery amid the chaos. Now out of immediate danger, she turned her attention to her husband, gripping the edge of the tub and pulling herself up to look around. To her horror, the man who had been severely injured was nowhere to be seen. The bloodstained handprints on the wall and bloody footprints on the floor suggested something sinister. Her closest friend had warned her about her husband's infidelity. Piecing it together with the current situation, Laura realized this wasn't an accident at all, it was a deliberate scheme orchestrated by him.